goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everybody to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 660. Today is Sunday, May 3rd, 2026. Boys, tomorrow, may the 4th be with you. How many times will you hear that tomorrow?
Not much. Maybe like 3 times. Already heard it once so it's all right.
Really?
I want to say happy Cinco de Mayo to all my amigos out there, all my real Mexicans out there. So shout out all the homies. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Anybody can celebrate. So enjoy your Cinco de Mayo. Drink responsibly. And God bless America. Viva Mexico.
Yeah, you ain't wrong, Elvis. Yeah, Cinco de Mayo weekend. You know, it's normally run by like a Canelo, right? In boxing, I know we normally say that for another show, but
I mean, not for now. You're right. Where's the prime time boxing event this week?
Hey, no, it was. It already happened. That's the thing.
David Benavidez, he shocked the world.
I mean, Mugia and the co-main, and even the Fierro and Duarte fight. So I mean, all three, all Mexican champions fighting for Cinco de Mayo weekend.
They should have had Floyd fighting. He's the real champ.
Coming up, so I think they had him on there a lot. But normally he owns this weekend, so surprised he wasn't actually fighting.
And then UFC, we already know they got a banger this weekend. Now the Mexican headline, but I'll be honest, I don't think anybody is mad about that. With that,
no, you're a guy's neck of the woods, right?
Oh, what you know about that, Joe? How you doing?
Honestly, bro.
Hey, what happened with Spirit?
Oh, I'll be honest, I never flown Spirit. I should have, because they went down with one of the greatest records in aviation history. What was it? 36 years, zero accidents. Well, I'm not sure of accidents, but zero, down flights. Zero
flight
crashes.
Landed. Yeah, exactly. Every flight
they had an historic run. So shout out to all the people that flew Spirit. Shout out Spirit for being for the culture. Having the cheapest places around. Never had the pleasure of flying. Also, kind of glad I never did, but I can say I missed an opportunity.
Dylan, look, it's the backbone of the economy. I mean, look what's going on. Now that you don't have that cheaper flight option, look what the other airlines are doing. They're gouging prices. People are stranded in other countries, and
they should.
Premium.
As they should. You can't be mad at them. Can't be mad at them.
Yeah.
Well, a couple years ago, I forgot who it was. I don't know, it was JetBlue or some other company tried to buy them. Didn't go through.
It got denied.
Exactly. If they would have got brought, Spirit would still be here today. So it wasn't. It's not the people's fault. It's business. It's politics
I
or
heard
whatever.
a report that Elon trying to buy Spirit now.
He should.
How did they do that? Oh, because they could just buy it and bring him back life.
Yeah, he could do anything he wants.
Bro, he's worth like $600 billion. I guarantee Spirit is no more than like 200. Probably less. It's bankrupt. Probably could buy it for like $20 billion. Probably less.
I don't know. It says $5.5 billion.
Cheaper than some
that's like
some teams.
That's like $5,000 for Elon.
That's crazy.
No bullshit. $5 billion is like $5,000 to the normal person. Like, it hurts, but it's not like the end of the world.
Yes.
Elon could lose $5.5 billion right now, and he could be like, "Damn, that's a little something," but does it affect his life at all?
Yeah, they said his net worth is $650 to $800 billion.
Let's just say he's a trillionaire. Let's just say it.
I'm
he
sorry,
will be within 10 years.
I'm just like lost of words.
Elon, donate to your boys.
You
don't need 650 bills. You don't need that. I don't even need $1 billion. I just need like $250,000. Put $100K down on a house. Let them live a little bit. Shit.
I flew Spirit a few times. Some good times.
You did?
Yeah. Some good times, some very poor times.
Yeah.
I never had the pleasure. All I heard was
I always landed.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
But
Yeah, always landed
the one
right.
thing that I hated about Spirit, you get the last run. That's why it was always delayed. You get the last airstrip to take off. So it's like JetBlue, Southwest, United, and then
Delta.
and then at the end it's Frontier and Spirit. They get the last. So that's why it's always.
I always
Hey, you
fly
paid $50
United.
for a flight.
Yeah, I always fly United. Occasionally I'll go JetBlue, but usually I tend United.
Now that I've known a little more, JetBlue is fire.
I ain't gonna hold you. I flew Delta once, a little bit above my price range, but
It's worth it.
best believe when I'm in my 40s, I'm gonna be flying Delta all the time.
It's nice. You also get free Wi-Fi. You get some meals too. Spirit, you don't get that shit.
Yeah, you don't even get TVs.
No, bro. I had HBO Max. I was like, yo, this is better than the crib. I don't even have HBO Max here. So yeah, it was pretty good. That's one of the news over the weekend. Other than that, where do you guys want to start? I feel like we got to start at the Kentucky Derby, right? Golden Tempo makes history. First female trainer and owner to win the Roses. Malcolm did give us Golden Tempo as well, and he gave it to us at 30-1. It closed at 23-1. So we did hit the winner, but other than that, it was like he said, it could have been anybody. I mean, Renegade finished second as well. And it was crazy because he came out. Obviously, you guys are watching, but he came from the back, took the outside, and barely beat Renegade. So,
even though I got the winner wrong, does my second place finish correct?
For Renegade?
I said Renegade second place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
You know, I didn't get the winner right. I had Commandment, but I mean, Golden Temple with the Secretary of breed line, you know, like that late stamina push, like, you know, dead last. That was impressive. Like that's something that you train. And the jockey knew exactly what to do when to turn it on for the horse. And it was exactly that. It was a Golden Tempo. So I mean, damn, 30-1. Shout out, Mal.
30-1.
Yeah. And not once did he whip the horse. So shout out.
He had the thing
he just
like leading it.
Yeah, he's just leading it. You know what that was an amazing run for it to start late, come back inside, then go outside, 3 wide to a photo finish. To me, that was an amazing Kentucky Derby. And then, you know, for the history factor on the outside, first female trainer, first female owner. To me, to me that was amazing to watch. Seeing her reaction, you know now like on the internet and whatnot, amazing. So shout out to the jockey. Hell of a job, and shout out to the trainer making history, and shout out to Golden Temple.
Elvis, you know racing very well, and they got to put
not a different type of racing, but
still, I think racing nonetheless. But also, I wanted to spin it like this. Got to put it up there for most athletic feats. I think one of these horses, I think, like especially if you go back to the Belmont Stakes back in 1973, had Secretariat won by like 23 lengths. So. That is one of the most amazing athletic feats.
Real quick, you want to know a crazy stat? 19 out of the 20 horses who competed yesterday are Secretary Descent. You know, great grandchildren or great grandchildren. I'm not sure the years.
He's the Genghis Khan of horses.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's literally the GOAT, the fastest horse in history. I think his record stood for 53 years.
It's still standing today, and he won the Triple Crown. Yes, that's like you said, like 50-something years ago. So.
My boy Elvis was just happy to be there. He got 15.
As usual.
He was just chilling with the boys. Like, he was just happy to be there.
He was just pacing.
Yeah, he was just chilling in the back, just chasing his friends. And I was like, my guy. I was like,
we got to go, man. This
honestly, I had Chief Wallaby a top 3 finish, and he finished 4th.
I almost got there with Incredible. She was there in the mix.
Yeah, 6th.
Yeah, she was there in the mix. She would have finished 4th if it wasn't for that push.
That push, man. That would have been the one post.
Crazy. So my girlfriend was like, "Yo, I like Great White. It looks like a huge horse. Like put some money in on it. Put some money on it for me." So I go and I put a few bucks on the Great White. 5 minutes later, falls and gets scratched.
Yeah, from the pre-match, right?
It was a good-looking horse, though. So
Yeah.
No,
shout out
great-looking
Soph.
horse.
It was a good-looking horse, but that
Bad
horse needs to get
call.
investigated.
Bad call.
Because after the money starts rolling in, he gets disqualified. Investigation. DOJ, Cash Patel, you got Chauncey in them. Now we need to look at the
Free Chauncey.
Yeah.
I
Investigate the Great White.
didn't get my money refunded as well.
You shouldn't. You
No,
made a decision.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's like if I bet LeBron triple-double and he gets scratched. I get
No, but that's the thing. The horse didn't get hurt. It got disqualified.
Yeah, I think it's like this horse, the race, the Derby.
no, he
has
just got
technically-
scratched. He didn't get disqualified.
No, but that means the race had technically already been underway.
Oh,
They have
you
to
might-
make it to the stall.
Yeah,
He
you
didn't.
honestly, you might get like a bonus bet, like whatever you put, you might get it. Like
I don't know. I haven't
That's
seen
fine.
anything.
like you won't get the money, but you'll get that in a bonus bet.
I was
maybe.
sick.
Maybe.
I was
Shout
sick.
out Soph.
I was
Yeah.
sick, but yeah, I'm off Great White, but Golden Tempo, great name. Hopefully they win the Triple Crown now. We got Preakness in 2 weeks, so it was fun. Leading up to it, it was nice to see all the celebrities there and all the nice suits and dresses. So it was overall, it was a really nice day as well. So that's
No rain, no mud. Nice track day.
nothing.
It's crazy how even those days it's still an amazing event, like a beautiful event. As
It
muddy
always
as
is.
It could be a mud bowl, and it can
Yep.
still be a spectacle.
Let's head over to the NBA because the 76ers cash hit plus 245, whatever you got. You didn't need the points. I mean, Embiid 34, Maxey 30. Joe, thank you. Over 16 and a half points and rebounds. My man dropped 23 points, VJ Edgecombe. So shout out you, Joe. That was a great call there. And yeah, they just ran away with it, kid. Derek White, he tried to step up for Jason Tatum not being there. Jaylen Brown had 33, but everybody else just didn't do anything. And that was the story of this team in this series. You know, you were up 3-1. Boston teams have not looked good. Boston Bruins got knocked out. Red Sox not looking good. Not a good time for up there in New England. But I'll let you start. We got the 76ers tomorrow, game 1.
Just give me a couple minutes because I want to give Joel Embiid his. I'm not gonna say his flowers, just his credit. Winning his first career Game 7. I understand a lot of people talk down bad. One of the people are on this show, so I hope you give him at least some credit after I'm done with this take real quick. Got to give some love to Joel Embiid. Just less than 3 weeks removed from surgery, coming in a Game 7. First of all, he came back when they were down 3-1. Win 3 straight games, force a Game 7, and then win Game 7 in Boston. I understand Jason Tatum wasn't there, but what Joel Embiid played 39 minutes, got his knee, I'm not going to say hurt, but let's just say buckled twice in the game, 34 points, 12 for 26 from the field, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. He had 4 assists in the first quarter. Joel Embiid was phenomenal. Tyrese Maxey, I think he's, to me, all along, in my eyes, he's been a bona fide superstar in this league. I think he's showing everybody he is that. There's no doubt. He's not for nothing, he's one of the best attackers to the rim in the NBA. I don't think people give him enough credit on how well he is in attacking the basketball. Shout out Joe, Edgecombe, hell of a game. I'm gonna be honest, this rookie, I understand we talk Kneppel. In Charlotte, we talk Cooper Flag in the Mavericks, but Edgecombe, he should have got some consideration as well. What he was able to do as a rookie, Game 7 on the road, 23 points, 5 from 11 from the 3-point line, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. This kid looks like he's 25 years old, a seasoned vet, and he's only a rookie. This is his first year, so love to see that from the Philly. PG had a pretty good game. I understand the points didn't jump out the screen, but 42 minutes. I like that. 3 from 5 from the 3-point line. I like that. I understand he wasn't that effective down the stretch, but he didn't have to be. He just didn't need to turn the ball over. So like what I saw from PG, Embiid, Maxey, and Edgecombe. Now to the Celtics. I think Joe Mazzulla, I'm not gonna say panicked, but he kind of took a shot in Game 7. Starting a lineup that never started all season long with Gaza, Sherman, Harper Jr., none of them gave you any points in the game at all. Started the game, Harper Jr. only played 4 minutes, Gaza played 9 minutes, and then Sherman played 22 minutes. Derek White had himself a hell of a game. Jaylen Brown proved to everybody he could be a reliable number one option when needed. Clearly, Celtics were down bad late in the third quarter. Another comeback to make it an interesting game in the fourth quarter. Peyton Pritchard had himself a game. Quinetta, I'm gonna be honest, he was one of the main reasons why they came back in this game late in the third quarter. He was 7 for 8 from the field, 17 points, 12 rebounds. He was doing a pretty good job against Joel Embiid, just picking up ticky-tack fouls, but not mad at Mazzulla because he knew he had to do something in this Game 7 after losing 3 straight games. But give credit to 76ers, give credit to Nick Hurst. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not mad at the Boston Celtics because they thought about the bigger picture. I understand some fans might be mad or saying Jason Tatum is pussy. I'm going to be honest, I think the Boston Celtics played for the future and not for the moment. And I got to tip my hat off to that in the front office. So great call, Bradley Stevens. Joe Mazzulla, you did the best you can. But the 76ers were clearly the better team. So I think the Celtics will be just fine. I think they regroup, be better next year. Definitely needs to get some key men in that starting rotation. But hate to say it, I think the 76ers are live to win the East. Not going to pick them, but I think they're live.
Oh my God.
You lost me at the end there.
I had you the whole 4 minutes, and then when you said that, I was out.
It went from the Celtics being the better team to the Sixers are live.
Sixers are live. All right, let me ask you a question. If Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, let's just say averages 60 points a game.
It's a problem.
Okay, then.
But they're not doing that.
We got to see.
Just did it.
Not against the Knicks.
We got to see. Right?
Against a depleted 70.
Let's not talk too much about the future. Let's not talk too much about that.
A depleted. And let's not forget what happened last time my man Cat put him in an arm bar.
Things got zesty.
Yeah. Fucking Embiid was crying in the post.
But no.
Didn't Embiid had one leg? And he averaged 30?
That's what my point was going to be. You had seen time and time again the Sixers being a factor during the season with a healthy Embiid, and the question mark has always been he's never healthy during the playoffs. Now they get him healthy. You have the addition of VJ Edgecombe, Paul George. You look at the outcome. I think that they were the better team in the Celtics series. You to come back from that with your backs against the wall, they turned up at the right time. So that's why I was a little, you had me up until the end there. I didn't really think the Celtics really looked that good throughout the whole series. I thought the Sixers were the better team. So, and I could agree with you at the end though that you gotta, as a Knicks, such a discrepancy between the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. You got to take the Sixers seriously. If you fall asleep at any game, if they take especially a lead in game one, if they take a 1-0 lead in the series, that's going to spell some trouble.
Yeah,
so
definitely. And real quick, one last thing on the Celtics. They lived and died by the three all season long. This is nothing new. We know this. But when you shoot 27% from the 3-point line, 13 for 49. Yikes. Like, I understand you live and die by the three, but eventually you got to live without it.
We saw that, though. We said that as we broke it down.
Like, I understand. That's what the Celtics do. They live and die by the three. But come on, Joe Mazzulla. I would have at some point I would have been like, you know what? Let's attack the paint. Let's attack Joel Embiid.
I want you as my lawyer because you made a great defense for the Celtics saying, hey, y'all invested for the future. You're playing not for now, but for the future. No, that's a great way to spin it.
As a Boston Celtics fan, you could be mad at the moment, but let's just say come Christmas Day, you're gonna be thankful they made that decision. Because the Boston Celtics is no doubt a contender year in and year out. But let's just say if Tatum, what could have happened to Jason Tatum, I think what happened to Kevin Durant in the Toronto Raptors series in the finals a couple years ago. Rushed back from the Achilles injury, and guess what happened? His calf started tightening up.
He probably wasn't 100%, but also you got to think of the addition on the flip side. Might have messed with the team chemistry. They get used to playing without him, and the addition of him, I think at the end of the day, you look at Jason Tatum, you look at Zero, you kind of become reliant on a ex NBA Finals champion. You know what I mean? So I think him actually coming in hurt the chemistry. And then you got Mazzulla over here overcompensating. You know how we're hard on Mazzulla and his coaching. I think it showed it right there. You go with the lineup. He panicked. You go with the lineup that you never started with all year. And it didn't work out for you. And he had no adjustments after that.
All three players gave you 0.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just poor coaching. You got to call it what it is. Brad Stevens did a better job when he was coaching the Celtics.
Well, honestly, we got to put some blame on Brad Stevens as well. Because I guarantee, let's just say they would have kept Al Horford. Al Horford would have went 0 in a game 7 at home. Porzingis probably wouldn't give you 0 in a game 7 at home. So
that Porzingis was just there.
That's what I'm saying. Gotta spread is all, the fault goes all around. It's not just on Jason Tatum. It's not just on Joe Mazzulla. It's not on just shooting 27% from the 3-point line. You had 3 starters give you 0. That's not coaching.
76ers, Knicks in 5. It doesn't fucking matter who it is.
6 and 6. But hey, let's pat ourselves on the back. We were not.
We smashed.
And it was crazy because you did hit the group chat, and then they went on the run, and I said, "Bro, this guy
can't make it up." I literally hit the group chat like, "Oh, when we all took somebody and it cashes."
Bro,
and then Celtics went on a huge run.
It was a tie game with like a minute 40 left. I'm like, I'm not going to answer this group chat. If they come back and win, I'm going to be sick.
I'm really sick.
But Joel Embiid took care of business. Maxey with the closeout. I'll get there with the 8.5 over rebounds. Get there with the plus 8.5, 7.5, whatever it was. Dylan got the money line 245. Joe got the money line 245. And DJ Edgecombe over points and rebounds. Cash.
Shout out VJ.
You're welcome.
Yep. Game 7 this earlier today. It was close in the start, and then the Detroit Pistons took over 116-94. Honestly, say what you want about Bickerstaff. He's right. I don't want to hear nothing about no Tobias Harris this or that. He dropped 30 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And in a game 7, that is very clutch. Excuse me, they needed that. Duncan Robinson gave you double digits. Jalen Duren gave you 15 and 15. And then Cade Cunningham gave you 32 as well. 32 and 12, by the way. So he was the best player. And Paolo did everything that he could. But, when Wendell Carter and Desmond Bane only give you 13 and 16, your second best player in Franz Wagner is not there. It was just too much to overcome. They were the surprise and they were the shocker of the playoffs, but it has to be the 76ers now because they actually won the series that up 3-1. Magic blew it 3-1.
Yeah, give credit to the Magic. Was a shocker in this series. Like you said, up 3-1. We saw them in game 6 with what was it, an 18-point lead, something like that. Then they missed 23 straight shots, choked the game at home. And then, like Dylan said, they were competitive in the first half, and then the game got out of them. Desmond Bane, who I think was a great addition all season long, he could have had a better game, but he shot 50% from the field, 3 for 5 from the 3-point line, pretty good, but could have been better. Paolo Banchero's honestly had a monster series. Love what I saw from Paolo Banchero all along, but you can't fault this Magic team. When Franz Wagner was there, they were up in this series. Once he went down with the injury, totally different team. So give credit to the Pistons, being down, especially in that game 6, coming back. Got to give credit there. Cade Cunningham, he's special. I think he's proven he's a all NBA player. But the story here has to be Tobias Harris. What he was able to do in this closeout game 7 at home, 30 points, 5 from 7 from the 3-point line. He was picking up his phone after he hit that dagger 3. So I got to give credit to Tobias Harris because I'm one who blasted him after those poor performances with the Philadelphia Sixers just a couple playoffs ago, 2-3 years ago when he was a Sixer. Now stepping up in a huge game 7 for the Pistons. Can't ask nothing more for Tobias Harris. So give credit to him. Like what I saw from Jalen Duren as well. 15, 5 for 9 from the free throw line, 15 rebounds. You can live with that. Hopefully he has a better second round than he did the first round, because if he does, watch out. So, like what I saw from the Pistons, take care of business. Finally playing like a number 1 seed as they should.
Joe, this is 2 years in a row now. Magic get into the playoffs. 2 years in a row now. First round exit. What needs to change? They went and got Desmond Bane. Clearly, that's not enough. What do they need to do moving forward?
Well, that's the thing. To your sentiment, I don't necessarily think that they choked the series away. I get it. You had the 3-2 series advantage, but
3-1.
there were an 8 seed playing up after the play-in tournament, a hot momentum team going up against a 1 seed. So it was really more the Pistons. Like if they were to let it go, they would have choked away the series. It was their series to lose in my eyes. But you're seeing steady, even though they're getting exited in the first round, this is a team with the magic that you didn't really see coming. And they're just steadily getting playoff experiencing. Losing might have you, but experience nonetheless. I think that could be beneficial. But what do you make an adjustment for? I don't know. They have all the pieces, don't you say? It's just got to.
No, I don't. I think they need scoring.
But Franz Wagner would have been there. He would have gave you 25, right? Wasn't he averaging like 24, 25?
I think, 22. Yeah, he's solid. I just feel like what we saw in the first 3 games of the series was the potential of the Orlando Magic. But at the end of the day, they were just a 45-win team. They were a play-in team. Yep. They were the 8th seed for a reason. Last year the Magic were like the 5th seed, if I'm not mistaken, the 4th seed.
Yeah, they're like the 5th or 6th seed, yeah.
Yeah, so,
they've regressed a little bit.
They regressed a little bit, and not for nothing, they have a bunch of talent. They're one of the deepest teams in the league, not for nothing. I just feel like I like France, I like Desmond Bane, I like Paolo. To me, they're an elite point guard away for possibly doing something. Like, say, for example, if they could get James Harden just to run the offense.
Then you're going in the opposite direction.
It don't need to be a crazy superstar. Maybe not a James Harden, but just somebody who could run the offense for them. Let Paolo do his thing. Let Desmond Bane do his thing. Let France do his thing. But when things are getting out of hand, when things are spiraling, like we saw when they missed 23 shots in a row, so a veteran, skilled point guard would have got the offense back under control. That's what they're missing. A true leader who's been there and done that, who could take control and slow down the offense. That's what they're missing. Because if they would have just hit, let's just say, 5 shots in the last 5 minutes of Game 6, they win the series in 6.
Yeah. We'll see who they wind up playing because the Raptors and this Cavaliers are playing right now. Raptors are up 9 with about 5 minutes left in the first half, and they're doing this without Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram was ruled out here for Game 7. That was a big blow for the Raptors, but they don't need him right now. They don't really need him.
Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, honestly, Scotty Barnes, Jamal Sheed has 14, RJ Barrett,
Knicks legend.
Come on, bro.
Got it.
They don't need him. You guys have anything for this game? I hope the Raptors win.
I took the Raptors. They were plus 8.5. I felt like that was absurd for a Game 7. Yeah, bro. Like, I understand they're on the road. I understand the Cleveland Cavaliers is pretty damn good, but let's not forget the Raptors is up 3-2 here.
No, it's 10.
No.
It's 3-3.
Yeah. The Cavs were up 3-2. My fault, but the Raptors are up 2-1. So I was shocked that it was 8.5. I smashed the 8.5, and right now they're up 11, so they're proving me right. Yeah. Now, can they choke it away? Possibly, but will not be surprised if the Raptors win this game in 7. And I'll be honest, wouldn't be surprised if the Cavaliers blow it up.
Regardless, they have a quick turnaround because the series against whoever wins the series against the Pistons will start Tuesday night at 7:00, and the Lakers and the Thunder start Tuesday as well. We got a doubleheader tomorrow with the Timberwolves and Spurs and the Knicks and the 76ers. So it's been good, and I like how they're just starting it right away. As for the NHL, we got a Game 7 going on right now. It's about to they just took the lead, the Habs 2-1. I took the under 5.5. I mean, it's been
I think that's the way it ends, though.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm rooting for the Habs. This has been the best series, I think, in my opinion.
It don't matter that it's running into the second round. I'm happy to see it this Game 7.
And Kid, I know you took the over yesterday, but under 3-0. And
Hurricanes.
Bro.
Hey, I got the Canes side right though.
Yeah, and minus 1.5. That gets home as well. Flyers just did not show up. I mean, Hurricanes scored 2 in the first period, and it was over from there. They are now the favorite at plus 210 to win the Stanley Cup.
I see it.
It's the defense.
Yeah, I mean, after you see some of the teams that got eliminated out west, I think it's wide open. And so you're playing really close to the chest on the east here. Yeah, we're going to have to see how these series play out in the second round because I'm expecting a lot of other game sevens. You know how the Stanley Cup playoffs go.
Plus 200 for the Hurricanes, plus 240 for the Avalanche, Knights plus 650, the Wild plus 950, the Habs 10-1, Sabres 12-1, the Ducks 20-1.
Wow.
Flyers
That might be the flyer right there.
Where the Ducks?
Remember, you asked me who could be a surprise. Like I said, they put the Oilers back in the schedule to kind of help them out. But then the Ducks, upstart Ducks, like you said, with the coach, looking good, but able to score goals. I think that's hard to beat right now in today's game, right? Look what the Canes are doing. If
Unless you're Carolina.
I was going to say, if you can't score goals, you're not going to beat a team like Carolina, though.
Yeah. No, you're not. And you have anything for this Sunday night game, Wild Avalanche?
Oh, man. I hate to do it. Game 1 out in Colorado is going to be tough, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. And they're without Joel Eriksson as well.
I know you might hate to hear this, especially that it didn't hit with the other game, but that's out east. I'd probably go over in this West game. While that Avs.
What's it at? 5.5?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of 5.5s.
Let me see, just to double check. Yeah, it's at 5.5 at minus 132. I took Nathan McKinnon over 4.5 shots on goal. I mean, without Joel Eriksson like shadowing him, it's going to be a tough assignment for whoever they end up putting on McKinnon. So yeah, I'm on the Nathan McKinnon side here. 9:00 about start.
Let's go, Omer. Yeah, bro. We got the Raptors. We're pulling for them. We'll see if they get done in 7.
Raptors in 7.
Yeah, Raps in 7, yo.
Raps in 7.
Yo, Omer, he basically covers the Toronto Raptors. I think he's based out in Canada, and bro does a lot of work for him. So he's always giving us good knowledge. And shout out you, bro.
Shout out the 6, May 15th. Right. By the way, a terrible week for UFL for me. I mean, it started on Thursday. We tried to hit the over. Battlehawks are legit. They're back. The Gamblers +5. Aviators, shout out them. They took care of business at home 24-17. They cover the 5.5.
Renegades look terrible.
DC's the best team in the league.
They're back.
Cash.
That's the only thing I cashed. Mm-hmm. That was the only thing I cashed. They're a fucking wagon. Jordan Amu might be the MVP of the league again. And then the Stallions fucking won. The time I fade them, they go on the road to Orlando and they win 20-17. So 1-3 for your boy. But
yeah, I went 1-2 this week. I took the over with the St. Louis and Louisville. That went under by a mile. Like it wasn't even close. Had faith with the Roughnecks, Gamblers +5.5. Didn't get there. They lose by a touchdown. And then DC -2.5 was possible. The best play of the weekend, honestly. Was even better than the 76ers play because they won by 18.
When are we gonna have plays for week 7? What?
Wednesday show? Maybe.
Wednesday?
No, wait.
Let me see.
Not Friday show.
Friday show because the first game's Friday.
Yeah.
Friday show.
2 games Saturday, 1 game Friday, 1 game Sunday.
We're already in week 7. There's only 10 weeks. Holy shit! This spring football has flown by. Honestly, that's usually what happens. You know, we say this with NFL, like, oh my god, we wake up and it's week 12 already.
You're like, what happened? Why am I 1-11 in my fantasy team?
Yeah. So, might not be. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right, boys. Anything else I missed? Oh, by the way, news that just came in real quick. Yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on this real quick before we get to some games. ESPN is trying to poach Steve Kerr to try to make him leave Golden State and return to a role in broadcasting. Steve Kerr will meet with ESPN this week to discuss the future. He's out.
Yeah, but is Curry a warrior for life? Like you're talking about getting a point guard. Curry in Orlando now, would you?
Chill.
I tell you what. What Steve Kerr said after they lost the play-in game tells you everything you needed to know.
What did he say?
He said, I don't know what's gonna go on after today, but I want to let you guys know I love y'all.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. The franchise. At the end of the day, are the Golden State Warriors a championship contender for years to come?
No.
Absolutely not. I think we all respect Steve Kerr. I think he done an historic job with the Golden State Warriors. Probably put himself in the conversation as one of the greatest basketball minds in the NBA history, player and coaching. Can't deny it. Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. Can't deny it. Draymond Green, still a pretty good defensive player when needed. I understand that the stats don't jump off you, but we all know Draymond Green is one of the most impactful glue guys in NBA history.
Draymond's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Exactly. So I think Draymond and Steph, and also shout out, I forgot, Jimmy Butler. Let's not forget he tore his ACL.
No, let's not forget Clay.
I'm talking about the Golden current. Yeah, do we think this current Golden State team are contenders for the years to come? Absolutely not. The Spurs are here. The Minnesota Timberwolves are here. OKC is here. Not for them, the Lakers are here. And then you got a couple of young teams that got some noise to make as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Kerr takes the job back in the booth. Wouldn't be mad at it. Let him retire from coaching. Let him make some money calling games again, because he did a great job, not for nothing.
But that's like because he's attached at the hip to Steph, right? Like if he goes, you think Steph's going? That's why I asked that. Posed that question.
I think the first domino gonna fall is Draymond.
He's going somewhere else.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if there's a contender out there that possibly will give up a lot for Draymond. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody thinks they're just a Draymond away. I wouldn't be surprised about that, right? Steph, even at this age, even with his ankle history, knee history, whatever, because let's not forget Steph is running up in there. He has a lot of injury history, but he's still the greatest shooter of all time. What assets can you get in return if you're the Golden State Warriors for Draymond Green, maybe a Jimmy Butler, maybe a Steph Curry? I think you got to have a deep conversation like that, especially if Steve Kerr, it just, let's just say quits.
I'm sorry, I was never like a Steve Kerr guy.
I
think he was good. Like, he's a winner. Don't get me wrong, player and coach. He's a great mind. He knows the game. His IQ is high.
It would have been at least 20 coaches who would have been able to win with KD on that team. Let's just be honest. Maybe not 2016, maybe not against Boston, but when Kevin Durant was there, I'm not gonna say I could have won a championship, but I definitely could have won 60 plus games.
I'm sorry, he's a little too liberal for me. I had to say, like, he's just a little too much. I mean, that's what happens when you live in California for that long. So
no, I think it's like you said. It's that he carried himself in a kind of manner that he did it himself. When you're right, you could argue a lot of coaches would have loved to have that type of lineup. So
shout out Mark Jackson, man. I wish he would have won. They did him dirty.
They did him dirty. The fact that they fired him and he never got another chance in the NBA to this day.
Why is that, Elvis?
We know why is that. I don't want to say. Let's just say. Honestly, I don't even want to say it. Yeah. We know who Adam Silver is.
Shout out Adam Sandler.
Shout out Adam Sandler.
Good basketball player now.
He is. He's good.
And we know. Let's just say Jackson praises the Lord. Let's just say that.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. That man. Imagine his crossover to the NBA. He gets buckets too. There are a lot of football guys that could play NBA. Do you think
they were just talking about Julius Peppers?
What do you mean?
6'7".
No, we've seen ball players transition to the NFL. We've yet to see an NFL football player transition to the NBA.
You think Braun can't fucking play tight end?
Well, that's what he was saying. He was saying that
NBA players. I saw. Like we saw Antonio Gates. We saw Jimmy Graham.
I was gonna say, yeah. That's why Julius Peppers played at UNC.
Julius Peppers. He made a 3-16 trip.
Yes, he did.
They played at a very high level in collegiate and made it to the NFL and were high level NFL players. We yet to see somebody who was pretty damn good in college make it to the NBA and also be pretty damn good. Yet to happen. Yeah, Jimmy Graham, Antonio Gates, Julius Peppers,
Tony Gonzalez.
You have an NFL player, but
not for nothing. I'm wrong.
Percy Miller now.
Donovan
Iverson.
McNabb was nice too.
Allen Iverson. He was a great football
Bro,
player.
he was the #1 wide receiver recruit in the country.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Allen Iverson. I apologize.
Yeah, Randy Moss was good too.
Yeah, Randy Moss was good too.
There's
But
some
Allen
guys.
Iverson, he would have went D1 and possibly would have made the NFL.
I think also too something with the come up of T-Mac and Vince Carter. Now they were cousins, so I think they actually played ball in the South as well. So they were good there and on the court, of course.
On and off the court.
Iceman.
And not for nothing, another person who's nasty in multiple sports.
Who?
Mookie Betts. I'm gonna be honest. We gotta give Mookie Betts credit. He's a professional bowler. Professional bowler. Pretty good at basketball. Pretty good at football. We know he's damn great at baseball.
Yeah. That's a match you normally see. Guys that quarterbacks have getting drafted in baseball.
Yeah. Football and baseball, that Russell Wilson, Deion Sanders, we seen it.
Baseball and anything, really. Yeah. Like because basketball.
Jameis Winston, he's the best.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
He did it.
Yeah, no, he did it. Shout out him. Let's just be honest. Jameis Winston was the best one.
He was pitching 100,
bro. Yeah, and he was the first overall pick.
Florida State was.
That's not and he's still won the NFL today.
Championship.
Yeah,
in football.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good pull with the Jameis Winston one.
I love Jameis.
Because he got drafted.
Needs a Jameis Winston.
He got drafted.
You guys don't know old school though. You know, like Dave Winfield at all?
Dave Winfield. I never heard of him.
Oh, bro, Dave, look it up, bro. Dave Winfield got drafted in multiple sports.
America from the Yankees, San Diego, Cleveland.
He played tennis. Bro, I'm not joking. He was
from St. Paul, Minnesota.
He played golf, bro. He was an all-around athlete. Talk about some of the greatest athletes.
He got drafted by the MLB, NBA, ABA, and NFL in 1973.
Legend.
Dave Winfield.
Legend. Good pull, Joe. All right, that's it. Anything else I missed over the weekend that you guys found out or no?
No, that's it.
No?
That's it.
All right, let's
shout out these game sevens. Love the game sevens.
Two best words in sports.
Let's get to these picks, but before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks. So just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or another berry watching the NBA playoffs, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with our Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. Put those fingers up, and we got to acknowledge our tribal chief, baby. Yeah, let's get into it. NBA right now, halftime tied 49-49, and we'll go to game one in the best arena in the world, the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, laying 6.5 here at home against the Dirtbags of Philadelphia, plus 210 for the 76ers. Total 212. I'll let you boys. I'm interested to see hear what you say.
It off. We don't need that. We don't need any motivation to Sixers because to Elvis's point, it's a little scary, to see a healthy Embiid in this type of situation. But how deep the Knicks are, man, I got to put my faith in the boys. Like I said, I think the biggest issue was that first round. You're going to let a Hawks take 2 games from you. Like I said, you can see how the lowest of lows can be. So we cannot go back to those ways. But you look at the potential. You look at the ceiling. I think the Knicks have the highest ceiling of all the teams right now left in the playoffs, East or West. So I'm going with the Knicks at home. It's going to be absolutely crazy in Madison Square Garden, the Mecca. Yeah. I got it at -7.5. I'll take the 6.5. So it was 108 when I saw it. I'll take that all the way to the bank.
But you're laying or taking?
No, laying the 7.5. Like I said, okay. I'll take if it's 6.5, I'll take the 6. I'll take giving the 6.5. But yeah, I'm all the way on the Knicks now. There's no fade in this train.
No, not at all. They're gonna demolish them here in game one. And I just want to note how pussy they actually are for not trying to sell the tickets because we have good fan base and we travel.
No, y'all got money.
No, we could just travel. It's a fucking hour and a half.
No, and y'all also have money.
I don't. Let me see some of it.
No. Knicks fans have.
Yeah.
You know what's the average price of a random New York Knicks game in February against the
Couple hundred.
Yeah.
couple?
Yeah, I see games.
You're
for
not
like
getting
200.
you're not getting decent seats in the Garden for less than $600.
So
when you able to go to Philadelphia,
Cap.
2-hour drive, maybe a little less, no traffic,
cheaper tickets.
We're just supportive fan base, and we show up for our boys. They provide for their family, and so do we, blue collared people. So the Knicks are going to demolish them. Minus the 6.5. I also like Josh Hart over 11.5 points and rebounds. I think Josh Hart is going to have a big game rebounding wise. Cat is going to lock up Embiid, and then who's going to stop Brunson? It's just too much for them. And then I haven't even talked about OG. He's been the best player on our team. So it's just too much, like Joe said. I think the depth-wise, and I think our defense, if we lock up the way we locked up the last 2 games in Atlanta, I think it's going to be a tough series. Knicks in 5.
How they did
Knicks
in that
tonight.
game 7, taking that 50-point lead, stepping on the throats of the Hawks. That's how the mentality needs to be, because you've seen it last year. You let you had that big lead in game 1 against the Pacers last year, and you let them win the game, let them come all the way from behind. So that seems to be the Knicks' biggest fault, is they'll maybe pull ahead big time, showing how good they can be, but then they take it for granted. They just go through the motions. They fall asleep at the wheel, and they let the other team get back into it. So they can't, because that's when it'll get scary late, man.
Yeah. Well, E, we all know you're on the 76ers. Why is that?
To be honest, people, I'm shocked that y'all both laying the amount of points that y'all are laying. Don't get me wrong. I think we all could agree the Knicks are the better team, right?
Fully rested.
Yeah, we could admit that. But laying 7.5 points game 1, after we just saw the 76ers Saturday night take care of business. Nick Hurst, championship head coach. Mike Brown is not. Joel Embiid, league MVP. Knicks don't have one. Tyrese Maxey, at times, and I could honestly say, multiple games in this series, will be the best player on the court. Give me the plus 7.5 with the 76ers. Give me the 76ers to win the series in 6. Don't get me wrong. I like the Knicks. I really do. But a healthy 76ers team, there's nothing to play with there. Nick Hurst, like I said, been there and done that. Joel Embiid has something to prove. Joel Embiid could wake up tomorrow and look, I have an opportunity to do something I've never done. He could seize the opportunity. Tyrese Maxey is a superstar. I'll take Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid over Cat and Jalen Brunson, and I guarantee there's going to be a lot of people who agree with me on that.
Good luck.
No, I agree with you as well, but you got to see this. You've seen the Knicks minus one of their guys with the depth still be okay. The 76ers are one Joel Embiid injury away from absolutely getting swept.
And you guys are not a Jalen Brunson injury away from being swept?
I feel like the offense runs more smooth.
We saw the same 76ers team take the Knicks 7 games
without
Joel Embiid.
No, he
was there.
You just said he dropped 40 points
with one leg. My fault. We saw Joel Embiid play with one leg, and y'all went 7 games.
And if he's out, though, if he's not on that floor, that's bad. That's spelling bad.
They can't recoup.
I'm going to tell you the recipes for the 76ers to win this series. Joel Embiid has to attack Karl Anthony Towns early. Get him in foul trouble. He's in foul trouble. Let's just say he has 3 fouls in the first quarter. He's sitting for majority of the first half. Yeah. That's how you win the series.
I like that.
I can't wait for you to.
That's a good coach. That's a good coach approach right there.
I know how to beat the Knicks. Get Cat out of trouble.
No, clearly he doesn't know how to beat the Knicks because he hasn't beat us in the playoffs.
I said
Yeah, we need to put you in the head coach.
You need to put E in there because they're not beating us.
I'm rage baiting Cat. That's what I'm gonna do.
And
then I'm gonna double Brunson and I'm gonna force Mikal Bridges, OG, and Josh Hart to make shots and
you don't want OG with the ball.
No, but I see the Sixers able to take a game. Just not now. Not after going 7 with the Celtics. That was already a far cry from what I think they kind of overshot their expectations, which was great, and I think that's a feel-good moment. But Not this game one. I think that's just thing. It's just
game one on the road. They just went 7 games when the Knicks have 4.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel like 7.5 is too much.
And I agree. You also have been hitting with taking these points. And in the playoff, you know how close it is.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Knicks should win game one, but let's just say
if they don't, to your point, Knicks are in trouble.
No, I wouldn't even say they're in trouble game one. They could lose game one. They could be fine.
You can't drop game one. It's a must win. I know you say can't just throw that word around. No, this is the clearest path to the
can't lose or must win.
No, I think it's a must win.
It's a must win for the Knicks game one. I don't believe that.
It's a must.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a must win, but I agree with you. Game one is more important for the Knicks than the 76ers. 100%. I'll go that far.
We're playing with house money, the Sixers, and that's I guess
exactly. 76ers just needs to win one.
And that's
one road game. That's it. It don't need to be. It don't need to be. If it's game one, y'all in trouble because that's like a gut punch.
I'm going VJ Edgecombe again. I'm taking over again with VJ Edgecombe.
I ain't gonna hold you. He's been balling. I'm not gonna lie. He's not playing like a rookie. I'm gonna be honest, Dill. If Mikal Bridges does what EJ Edgecombe does, okay, now we're talking. Fine. Yeah, y'all winning in 5. But EJ Edgecombe does what he does, and Mikal Bridges, let's just say, averages 7 a game again.
I'm just not gonna talk. I'm gonna let the boys talk through it. I just want to.
How many points is Mikal Bridges gonna average in this series? I want a number right now.
16?
No, I want to know. Hopefully, what's the number?
I said 16.
Let me look up his.
16. Is that a lot?
I think he averages his career 17.
Yeah, so
he on in the regular season he averaged 14.5 points.
I'm right there. I'm in the money.
In the Atlanta series, he averaged 10 points. He needs at least to give us 14 to 15 points a game.
Yeah, he gives y'all 15 a night, y'all winning the series. He gives y'all 10 a night, y'all losing the series.
So if it's 16, they're definitely winning.
Yeah, he averages 16 points in this series. Y'all should take care of business.
No one is talking about OG. My man has been dominant on both sides of the ball. He's been better than Brunson. Who's going to stop him? Tyrese Maxey? Steroid George?
Who's going to stop Maxey?
Josh Hart.
Stop it.
You stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
I'm taking Josh Hart all day over him. We'll see how many 30-point games you think Tyrese Maxey going to have. I'll say 2.
So that's 2 wins there. I'm gonna say 3.
It's like the Price is Right. I say 2.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be honest. If he has 4, they're winning the series.
I need a Props.Cash on the Tyler Kolek over 3s. That's what I need.
For what?
Just over 3s. Kolek.
Oh. I got a 3-point prop. I'll tell you in a sec. Let's go to the second game Monday night. San Antonio laying 13.5 at home against the T-Wolves. T-Wolves plus 530. Total 216.5. Shams, they come out and say there is optimism that Anthony Edwards will be back for game 3 and 4 back home at Minnesota, but he is out the first 2 games. Joe, I'll start with you. What do you like here?
Yeah, if we're feeling comfortable in laying the points with the Knicks, I sure as hell feel comfortable laying it with the Spurs. But also the same can be said, this many points to lay with the Spurs, even though the T-Wolves don't have, right? You're not going to have an Ant-Man for the first 2 games at least. I just feel like that's going to be enough for these Spurs to go up 2 in this series and probably have control. I don't know how much Ant-Man can do to kind of bring it back and when he does return. So I just think here, after only succeeding 1 game to the Blazers, Spurs are rested here. And the T-Wolves had to fight, even though they did what they needed to do against the Nuggets. I'm going to lay it, man. It's just I think the Spurs are going to make it the Western Conference Finals. And they're going to be a tough team for whoever makes that out of that Lakers Thunder series. I think they're a sleeping giant low key. So, yeah, minus 13.5 I've seen, and I'm doing Spurs laying it minus 105.
Yeah, I would lay it. I also like them in the first half minus 7 as well. But yeah, I'm going to lay it as well. I just think they're a wagon right now.
Yeah, I would tease. Don't get me wrong. I think 13.5 is a huge number. I would tease the 76, the Spurs down. Any playoff game, I don't advise laying 10 plus points, but if I'm ever going to do it, it's going to be against an injured Timberwolves team on the road. So I'm with you guys. Give me the Spurs. And I also lean McDaniels over 16.5 points. It's at 16.5 now. I'm not sure it's, we saw him put 32 points in the game 6 closeout against the Nuggets. He's going to have to be either the second or the third option. I don't know if they're going to run the ball by Doshanun. I'm trying to pronounce his name, or Julius Randle. But I think McDaniels, what we saw in game 6, you got to let the offense run through him at times as well. So if anything, take his player prop over.
All right. And all of our player props are presented by Props.Cash, the best way to research player props. The boys and I have been using Props.Cash for over a couple years now. It's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or in the Props.Cash app. You get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with the code DREAM25. That is DREAM25. So download the app not now, but right now. Sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Boys, let's hit the ice. One game tonight, and then we got 2 starting on Monday. Game 2 in Carolina. Hurricanes, huge favorite, minus 255 on the puck line, barely getting plus money. Total is again at 5.5. What's not broke, don't break it, right? Is that the saying? What is it, Joe?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Under 5.5. That's my play.
And I'm gonna keep bucking the trend. I'm going over.
I love it. I just gave out a winner. That's all that matters.
I just want to know, just for my own psyche, what has made you want to take the over on the best defense?
If the defense lets up for the Canes, that's all. They're going to score their goals. They're going to get their 3 a night, which you've seen every single game. Yeah, they're going to get their 3 a night. It's if the other team responds, which they stop. They've been stopping. Philly can do it. They like pushing these games in the overtime. So that's all we need, especially if it gets late and they're tied up and we get overtime. The over could cash. So I'm just rooting for goals in this one.
All right, let's go to
real quick, just to add on that, because your boy does be tuning in a little bit. Last 2 games for the Flyers, Joe, a 1-point victory in overtime and then 0 in game 1. Just for the people listening, you are taking the over, Dylan's taking the under. I'm just gonna add something on that. Last 2 games for the Flyers, 1 goal combined.
Let's go to game 1 in Vegas. Minus 164 for the Knights, plus 136 for the Ducks. This total is always going to be at 6.5 with these 2 teams. Kid, are we taking goals again?
No. Going with the dog.
Oh.
Ducks. I think that, like you said, that they're a long shot to win this Stanley Cup. I'd take the flyer on it, bro. I really would, man. They can score goals. They're quick on the ice. I think, actually, if you look up for matchup, they get past this, I actually feel like they could give either the Wild or the Avs a run for their money.
I agree. I think they're live here at plus 1 or 2. 136, even plus 1.5. I don't usually take puck lines like plus 1.5, but minus. That's chalky.
Golden Knights played with their food a little bit with the Mammoth, you could think, but for an upstart franchise in their first year of existence, they push you that far into the series. I don't know. It could be brewing that the Ducks get an upset victory here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ducks based on pure value. I think they could score with them. And if we've seen the Golden Knights in that Utah series go multiple periods without being able to sustain an offense, that's not going to happen for Anaheim. They're going to be able to score the puck. So I agree. I think it's dog or pass. I can't lay that number.
We got a final for the Canadians yet. Like we said, that was over and done. When they scored that goal, that sealed the fate.
Yep. 2-1. So, we are 1-0. We'll look to see if we cash that prop with Nathan.
That's a great series. Sabres and Canadians. Habs and Sabres. Wow.
Well, they just won. Bye-bye, Lightning. They are done. All right, guys, let's hit the diamond. But before we do that, a quick word from Kalshi. Real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in a ton of states. And once you trade $10, you get $10 with our promo code ROCK with 2 Ks, 24. That's Kalshi, promo code ROCK24. Joey, it is a miracle the Mets have won a series over the weekend. They beat the Anaheim Angels. It was a
I just
tough
don't- I
watch.
just don't care if they win. I don't care if they lose. I just don't
agree.
care.
They got to rattle off 10 out of 15.
They
Then
gotta
I'll be
go
like,
undefeated for the rest of the season.
wow. Rest of the season is crazy. We do have 12 games on the docket for Monday. I'll let you lead it off here, Joe. What do you like here for
Looks like
Monday?
they're the first one on the docket, right? For Monday.
Yeah, Monday at
Mhm.
5 o'clock.
Rockies. Yeah.
The Braves kind of showed you how to take care of business, right, against the Rockies, but we lost the first series against them.
Got
It's
swept.
weird. Every time we play the Rockies, it's like they come out east and then we have to go out west like immediately after on a road trip. So fade the Mets. I'm still gonna ride it. I can't believe in them. And if you can't get the job done against a Rockies team, that shows you're not gonna get it done within your own division. So yeah, I'm fading the Mets.
What
Take
about
the
you, E?
Rockies.
What's your first play?
I only got 2 plays for tomorrow. First play, 6:40 start. Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm gonna be honest, Rays have been really good so far to start the season. I'm gonna take Nick Martinez here on the mound. I'm gonna take the Rays -106 on the money line. Not a big fan of Eric Lure. And I think Tampa right now is just playing a little better ball. Give me the Rays here at home -106.
Am I seeing
money.
this? They're getting the +1.5 on the run line. How's
Who?
that? The Rays.
Yeah, sometimes it's like
Yeah,
that
but
when
it's chalked. It's
yeah.
-178.
I'll take the chalk.
When it's like a pick 'em, usually the underdog is laying the 1.5. I don't know why. That's the only sport that does that.
And then
but-
that feels so bad when you take that run.
I
line
think it's
and
just
lose.
odds wise. Like
Yeah.
what's gonna be betted more? I think that's how they do it.
I'm gonna take the Yankees on the run line here. I mean, they've just been a wagon. Baltimore can't score runs. Getting plus money here with Cam
Schlittler's on the
Schlittler.
mound?
He's been good.
He might be arguably better than McLean.
Yeah. So I'm not a big believer in Baltimore right now.
No.
I would also lay the 1.5 with Skubal at home against the Red Sox as well. Tough time offensively still for Boston. And I kind of like the Blue Jays here as well. Just getting plus money here. I mean, I know Rays have been fired, but I just feel like if they can't score a lot, then they're gonna have some tough time. So I'll take a flyer on the Blue Jays. I think maybe they could sneak in a win. Boys, anything else?
Yeah, and I got one favorite here. San Diego Padres taking on the San Francisco Giants. I'm gonna lay the money line here with the San Diego Padres. Both teams struggling. I think the Giants lost 5 straight. I think San Diego lost like 4 straight games, unless they won. Yeah, unless they won today. Both teams struggling. Let me get Vasquez on the mound. Yeah, like Joey said, Randy Vasquez going for San Diego. Oh, I see -135, so shop around. I took -150 earlier. I think they take care of business. Give me the Padres on the money line. If you guys don't have anything else, I could just go right till Tuesday real quick. Game 1, Los Angeles Lakers taking on the OKC Thunder. Thunder's huge favorites for game 1, laying 15.5. Over/under sitting at 213.5. On principle, give me the +15.5 with the Los Angeles Lakers. I understand OKC are going to be the best team in the league, but
Wow,
JJ Redick and that defense going to have something to say. I think Lakers defense is pretty good, and I think the OKC is just going to have to deal with it, probably adjust after game 1. Wouldn't be surprised if it's I want to say a nip-and-tuck game, but I'm going to say lean under 213.5. I think the Lakers defense going to have to be the key in this series if they want to just extend it over 5 games. Let's just be honest. No Luka, healthy OKC team.
So they got Luka?
No Luka. They're saying possibly game 4, game 5.
He ain't playing.
But he ain't playing. He still has it. Like Austin Reeves, there was possibilities of him returning game 1. There's now looking like a good chance of Luka returning series 2. So on principle alone, 15.5 points against a pretty good defensive Lakers team. I'm gonna take it.
I'm gonna lead off by just hitting that and going the opposite way. I'm laying the points with the Thunder. No Luka. I think the refs are gonna be against them. OKC, that building game 1. I don't think the Lakers are ready. I hate to say it. And they let the Rockets come back, maybe to get rest for Luka and have him come back sooner eventually in this series, but might be a little too late whenever he does return. So with that being said, I'm telling your Padres pick late. I do like that on the money line, especially if you get at -135. I think that's sharp. And I'm going back with you again, Elvis. We've been hitting this time and time again. Are the White Sox in a new building again when they go to Anaheim? Another building, another home run for Maritama.
Real
Let's
quick,
go.
Joe, we got a chat question. Why fans in the NBA, they are not passionate as fans in Europe basketball? Fans in NBA, they go and watch the NBA game for chilling and drink, like watching movies in cinema. Yeah, that's true. I would say like it's a lot of corporate too, like business. Like people will be like, "Hey, I'm gonna take my client out for a game to try to close a deal out." It's all especially,
but that's what they're showing you. That's what corporate America wants to show you. I don't think you could say the same for the fans in the nosebleeds. Yeah, they might be more now unaffordable for the less common man, but those in the nosebleeds are diehard fans. I'm telling you that right now.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think when we see it overseas is more lenient. One thing, I think the tickets are more, let's just say, affordable, right? In America, the good seats usually go to, let's just say, people who are well off. People who are well off usually tend to be less enthusiastic. Let's just be honest. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. So they might be fans, but they're not gonna show the same enthusiastic as the man that's sitting in row, 300. Yeah. Let's just say. So I think you're absolutely right in the comments, but I could genuinely say the atmosphere in the nosebleeds than it is in the good seats, two different environments. Because trust me, I go by good seats. I sit in good seats. I've been told multiple times, are these even your seats? Do you belong here? Trust me, and I talk my shit. And I talk my shit. But best believe, when you're sitting up on high, it gets loud, it gets rowdy.
Anything else, boys?
You might get a drink thrown you. If you're up in the nosebleeds, you come disrespected now. So
I like it on the floor. I like it in the nosebleeds. I like middle. I'm there for a good time, not a long
but
time.
it's nothing compared to those European crowds, man. Like I think Jokic said it the best. He said, "Oh, does the Game 7 environment bother you?" He's like, "I played in Syria, brother."
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. it doesn't bother him. Those crowds are electric.
But I would argue it's not even just NBA though. It's everything: soccer, basketball, hockey, WWE, UFC. Like fans are passionate in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and my last player prop for the pod, real quick. I think DeAndre Ayton is gonna be an X factor if the Lakers want to win. Let me emphasize first. If the Lakers want to have a chance in the series, DeAndre Ayton needs to give you about 15 to 20 points a game. Give me DeAndre Ayton over 10.5 points at -1 on line. Chet Holmgren, Harvenstein, they're gettable. I understand DeAndre Ayton ain't the most offensive equipped center in the league, but if you Lakers want to have a chance, Ayton needs to show up in this series. He's the bigger, and let's just be honest, he's not more talented than Chet Holmgren, but he should be able to get busy down low against Chet Holmgren. Give me DeAndre Ayton over 10.5 points.
Last play for me, Lakers money line plus 750.
Woo!
Boys, thank you so much. Enjoy the games and good luck on all your picks. And we will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.